going to mention, first of all, how do you feel? Have you seen the story? And welcome to the next video. Meta glasses. Now, we often talk about do a quick review, which we can do now. We can integrate the two here. We do a quick review on a film or TV or something we do. So have you seen it in cinema or TV?
Yeah, so I wasn't going to watch this film because I was annoyed with Toy Story 4, right? So, but when I spoke to you a few weeks ago and we done the review for Toy Story 5, and you said that it was great because of this or that, and the story behind,
Yeah, it's much more about Jess, isn't it? I think this
yeah,
one. Yeah.
and watching it to start off with, it's very slow, very slow. But when you get halfway through, I actually think it is,
It's a deeper story.
yeah,
I think more for some of the youngsters might not get that quite as deep as the story is meant. I don't think that's the only thought I would have. It is some of the fun lost because of a deeper story.
I definitely agree with that. The fun's lost because of that. There, I think it isn't. I personally wouldn't say it's a kids' film
Yeah, I know
because
what you
of
mean. Yeah, because
how
of the story.
dark it is.
Yeah,
I mean, having it based on when you have all these buzzes and they're like lost, and then you've got Woody who's basically trying to help the lost toys and he returns, and then it's just I find it sad how I like how they've made it into they've got a tablet lily pad,
mm.
of which they can use the lily pad, and then the toys are angry about the lily pad, and rightly so. um
Yeah. The only
and
thing I have with that, sorry for interruption, top head. Um, have they done that story too many times? I don't want to stay on Toy Story for too long because we need to move on. But to me, it also felt they have done the new toy pretty much every time. Yes, it adapts. Yes, it varies from the toy soldiers, Buzz Lightyear himself, etc., etc.
yeah, I would say that they kind of ended it here where every Toy Story so far, there's always been a way to make another one.
Mm.
I think this one is like, okay, well, we've accepted that there's only one kid left who wants to play with toys, and then that kid makes a friend to play with toys. Now, I like how the story is, but in my final review of this, really really quick, I don't think it's a kids' film. I think it is a dark version of Toy Story. And
We'll go quite that far.
you well,
Not quite that far.
I'd say it's a dark film where it's based on the the loss of childhood and how kids are not enjoying toys, but you're looking at it from the aspect of the toys, where the toys are feeling unloved, and it's like they're blackmailing kids to go play with your toys. But yeah, that's my review. A
So
great film though. Sorry.
that's all right. So that's Toy Story 5, of course. I think it's still in the cinema school holidays. It is worth a watch if you enjoy the other Toy Stories. I think our point being is that the story, I think they have developed stories over the other films anyway, but I think this one is just that if you've got a real youngster, it is quite a strong story to follow. As in emotional and connection type story. That's better. For myself, I went to the cinema today, as per usual. I'm just going to give it a couple of mentions because there's a few films out this week which I've not seen yet, which I'm going to try and get to see. You got Mutiny, which is Jason Statham one. I think something's going on the boat, and he jumps onto the boat, becomes the good guy to the winner every week on the boat, as we know. Then you got Tony, which is a true life story of a chef who had a rough time in his upbringing. He ends up like working in the kitchen and becomes this great chef as he gets older. And I like films like that. So I'm hoping to see that because I think they're quite inspirational, from rough time, whatever that rough time might be, right up to, especially as they're true. You know, you can get made up films like that. But the film we saw today was mainly rom-commy for the ladies more than blokes, but I don't care. I like films like this, as I've mentioned before. Spa Weekend, which is basically uh, sort of group of lady friends try to reconnect, have a weekend away. It's one of their birthdays. Some of them, so they choose to go on a spa weekend. Now, it is a typical rom-com female fun building. As in, you know, you get the comedy moments, you get the arguing, you know, just like being married, really, isn't it? You know, you know, you wake up, there's a story, there's a backstory. If you stay, I won't say right to the end of the credits, you know, you get the outtakes happen, which is a bit of fun as well. So it is a light-hearted, fun film. Would I 100% see it? I wouldn't 100% see it. But if you want something light-hearted, if you want something as a date night or just like a girly night out, then yeah, it's a bit of fun. It does remind me of very much, I won't say of any other particular film, but very much a typical rom-com girly weekend trip. That's about all
Is
I
it
can say,
like
really.
Sex and the City?
Who?
Sex and the City?
Do you know what? I never really watched Sex in the City. I never really did. It's one of those things I was too far late into starting to watch it, so I never really did. And I know they did that new one as well as Sky, and I thought I might try and watch that, but I didn't.
Well,
You know,
I've
I
got a
probably
funny
would
story.
like it,
I've
but
got a funny story about Sex and the City. Before we go back to what you're saying, sorry for interrupting, but when I was like 19, I had a friend, a female friend, who invited me round her place without her parents there and said, "Come round to mine and watch Sex and the City." Now, back then, I was like, "Okay, I'll come round and watch it." I took my gym jams round. We
I'm
watched
not going to
it.
imagine that. Please don't anybody else.
And I put my gym jams on and we watched it and then I fell asleep and I went to work the next day. What a wasted opportunity. But anyway, sorry, like, carry on.
Yeah, yeah. No, I think the thing is, Sex and the City was very much a series, wasn't it? Um, but these are just a typical, you know, I like these things because they're just lightly made. They are made for a bit of humour. You know, they had a nice spa background and beach and scenery and all that kind of stuff, which is quite nice, I think, just to recall as we spoke about TV programs like that. So yeah, no, it's not a business as such. It's just a group of ladies having a weekend away.
No.
But I mentioned a moment ago Meta glasses because they get a story now of cinemas banning them. Now, why hasn't this happened before? So,
Wasn't it the Meta Glass?
you know, Meta glasses that you wear,
Yeah.
Meta glasses you can record and take photos.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, they always ask you not to use your phone, although some silly people do it, disturbs others and they don't realise it does. Of course, it does. You know, you've got a bright screen, even if you dim it down, it still annoys people. Don't do it. Just like talking, texting, don't do it. And but yeah, there's this story going around that they're going to ban these Meta glasses. They said now they might ban them with spoons and other places, which I get. Um, but I just can't understand how the cinema is taking them so long to even consider something like this because you can sit there wearing these glasses and just be recording the whole film.
Yeah. I don't know why it's not been banned everywhere except for public spaces so far because you get so many. I mean, I watch them on YouTube where they walk around the high streets and film.
Would
And
you ever wear a pair?
have I ever?
Well, would you? Would you?
No, no,
You would have.
because in my head I'm like, if I'm gonna film, I want the people that know I'm filming to know that I'm filming, and I think it's a little bit of invading privacy to know that you've got glass on to film.
But what about if the glasses didn't just do films? What if this glasses went, and they probably do now, I don't really know, where you can do like a virtual map and only you can see that, just like a virtual video. or virtual, or you get a text and you get it, the writing in front of you. If they do all this really high tech stuff that you get on screens, when people's doing the speech, you can't see it. But so if you're like in the city and you're lost, it can guide you home and nobody would even know that you live because something like that could actually perhaps save someone because someone who's lost might be a bit panicky or asking people for directions. It's where they could just normally walk, follow around, and nobody know any different.
I mean, I think it is. I think there's a part of this world where, and I'm probably going to speak wrongly here, but it's just my opinion, where our technology is going too far. No, Luna. Okay, too late. She's up. Sorry.
That's the dog, everyone.
Yeah, I haven't got anyone down here. so, um, so
That was awkward.
I think technology's just gone a bit too far, where it is going to become a bit too much, where you are required to have your, like the Simpsons have predicted it already as well, haven't they? Where you got the glasses that can tell you everything from the weather to where you're going, and it's a map or the the driving stuff that you get on the, what's it called?
Dashboards.
Yeah, dashboard in your glasses so you can see it. And I
Mm.
think, oh, that's great, but is it required? We've got mobile phones, we've got watches that do it.
I
And
just wonder if it's too much information for the brain sometimes, being so close.
yeah, definitely. So yeah, no, I actually do agree, and I think it is too much information, and I think there's too much. I think we should concentrate on what we have now and make it work before we start making more, because I think right now we haven't even got, and you just proven the point with cinemas have only started to think to ban these off or these glasses from cinemas, when if we continue growing as fast as we have, then
It's like Van Quillius here going, yeah, the dog's up.
if we if we
Are we
if we
boring,
keep
yeah?
if we keep growing if we keep growing as fast as we are with technology, then there's a risk that we are going to be really, really running before we can walk in the world. I mean, I think we're doing it already. To be fair, in a lot of markets in media and technology, but um, I just don't think there's a need for it, and it's more of a security risk than anything, because you're getting all these other countries who can, and not just countries, but all these people that can invade your privacy from, people can look at your phone and stuff from abroad and take over your phone. Like, what's that stopping from someone from going into your glasses? Do you know what I mean? It's dangerous, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, the whole lot's dangerous, yeah.
Here comes the sun, and I say,